Okay, guys. As promised yesterday, got another little video for you here. Kind of let you know what's going on. I was actually going to make some notes to prepare for this and didn't do it. But anyway, maybe I can remember most everything that I wanted to talk about. Hopefully. Pretty much everybody knows by now that I had cancer surgery a while back. Probably most all of you at some point seen the pictures that I had posted on the group or sent to in private message. It was melanoma. Pretty good sized place on my back between my shoulders. They cut me shoulder blade to shoulder blade to remove it, and that was pretty hard to heal from, honestly. And it took quite a while for it to heal up because it actually left a hole at the middle or the center of the incision, because they had to take out quite a bit of skin to get all the cancer. The hole finally healed up, and my back healed. Everything was looking good. And the big concern at that point was whether or not the melanoma had spread to, well, had spread internally. Melanoma, to my understanding, now I may very well be wrong about this because I certainly am not a doctor. Don't claim to be. Not nearly smart enough for that. But it's my understanding that melanoma is the only skin cancer that can migrate or move internally into the body, and you can die from it. Because once it goes into the body, inside, internal organs, it can spread to organs, eyes, brain, bone, anywhere in the body it can spread to. Once it gets into your lymphatic system, wherever the little cancer cells drop off at as they're migrating through the lymphatic system is where it picks up and starts growing again. So that was the concern. Had this melanoma moved internally into organs or bone or brain or eyes, for me, I became very concerned about my eyes because my left eye had been giving me trouble for a good long while, and it has been progressively getting worse. Okay. I ended up at 3 different eye doctors. I went first to a local place here, and basically what I went for was to have my prescription updated for my eyeglasses, hoping that was what I needed, was better eyeglasses. Turns out he found something in the back of my left eye that he wasn't sure about, so he in turn sent me to a specialist in another town about 50 some odd miles away. Ended up there. He checked it out and said that he wasn't sure what it was either. So he in turn referred me to Hamilton Eye Institute in Memphis, Tennessee. The gentleman that I saw is a eye surgeon, and he specializes in eye cancer. So made the trip to Memphis, left home at 9 o'clock in the morning, got back home at 9 o'clock that night. Long trip, but anyway, made the trip. And 2 different doctors examined me. According to them, I have a tumor in each eye. Now that's bad news, okay? That's why my eyesight has been deteriorating, especially in my left eye, because the tumor in it is larger than it is in the right one. So that's, of course, bad news. But the good news is that both doctors agreed that it was benign. It was not cancer. It's some kind of a weird tumor. They told me the name of it. I've got it written down in the house. Something like peripheral vascular tumors. Something along that line. According to the doctors, they can do laser surgery. I think I went over this in my last video, but anyway, just a quick overview of it. They can do surgery with a laser. It won't remove the tumors. It won't stop the tumors. But basically they'll burn around the tumors, creating scar tissue, which in turn will act like a dam on a lake and prevent the fluid that these tumors are producing from escaping into my eye. My question was, okay, if that happens, where does the fluid go? Because it's got to go somewhere if these things are producing it. The answer I got was the eye and your body will absorb it. And since it's not cancerous, it won't pose any threat. At this point, I'm still not sure how I feel about that, but according to them, that's pretty much my only option. That will be done at some point. Don't know when. Depends on when my insurance approves it or not. Waiting on insurance now. So if my insurance will approve it, I'll have that done. They'll probably do the left eye first, see how it goes. If it works out, then they'll probably do the right eye. The downside of that is, they told me that it should improve my vision considerably, but it could also leave me blind in that eye. So, no guarantees. Don't know. But anyway, it is what it is. And we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Okay, so that's the eye thing. Moving on, back to the cancer. I had a PET scan Friday of last week. Got the results of that yesterday. My surgical oncologist from Little Rock, UAMS, did a video call with me, gave me the results of it. She showed me the scan on my computer screen while we were talking. So I asked her, first off, about the eyes. I said, because a PET scan shows up any cancer that's in your body, head to toe. What they do is, and some of you probably are more familiar with a PET scan than I am, and this is for those of you that don't know what a PET scan is or how it works. A PET scan, they inject you with a radioactive solution into your vein, a radioactive sugar solution. And since cancer eats like 10 or 12 times more sugar than normal cells do, any place there's cancer will show up as a little glowing spot, like a tiny little light bulb on the skin. So if you have a PET scan done and it comes back with little light bulbs, little glowing spots on it, that's where cancer is. So I asked her about the eyes, because the scan included, like I said, head to toe from every angle. And she looked and she said, well, naturally I can't see the tumors on the scan. She said, but I can tell if there's any cancer in your eyes or not. And she looked at it and she said, good news. She said, there's nothing showing on the PET scan, which confirmed what the doctors in Memphis told me, which is not cancerous. So that was good news. Now, as far as the rest of the scan goes, like I said, it was head to toe, and they primarily did it because there's 2 spots in my chest that's been showing up on CT scans. And they were concerned about that being cancer. Because basically, those 2 spots would have been pretty much directly in behind or in line with where the cancer was on my back. So they were afraid that the cancer had moved from my back internally and took up residence in a couple of spots there. They said it was not in my lungs. Said it was actually between my lungs and my heart. And so, if it was cancer, at least it would not be lung cancer. So anyhow, that's the primary reason that they did the PET scan, was to check up on those two spots. Those two spots came back negative as non-cancerous. So, as far as the rest of the skin goes, she looked at it very carefully, and she said, from what she could see on the PET scan results, I am now cancer-free. She said there is no cancer in your body that is detectable. So naturally, that was very good news. So to be honest with you, I can't tell you how excited I am about that. Since the melanoma was skin cancer, and it was rather large, and they did find it in a couple of lymph nodes under my right arm, I believe. She said it was a very minute amounts of cancer in the lymph node. They put me on the immunotherapy treatments, which, like I said, I'm due or scheduled to take until November. I will have to continue that, just as a precaution, so to speak, to hopefully keep the melanoma from reoccurring. Which, I mean, if that's the worst of it, I'm tickled, because I can do that. I've already talked to you guys about what the treatments do to me, how they affect me, and that kind of thing. But like I said, I can deal with that. Now, the eyes, I will probably at some point, hopefully sooner than later, go through the surgery for that, which I hope restores at least some of my vision, because I really need my eyesight to continue doing what I do. Cancer-wise, right now, I'm cancer-free. Good to go. So that brings me up to this point. Cancer-free. A lot of you people out there have sent me messages, have commented in posts that I've made, commented on videos, and relayed the information to me in several different ways. How many of you have been praying for me? I stress this, I cannot thank you guys enough, to each and every one of you that has uttered my name in prayer. It means everything to me, because that is the reason that I'm sitting here right now telling you that I'm cancer-free. That is the very reason. There's not a doubt in my mind. And I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for the time that you all have spent praying for me, the amount of effort that has been put into it for me on my behalf. I can't express to you how much I appreciate it. I really can't. So, any of you out there that may not be religious, any of you that may not be very strong believers, I can promise you, if you believe, prayer does work. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. No way around it. No question in my mind. If you're not a believer now, do whatever you need to become a believer. Because I'm telling you, that's something that everybody needs on their side, is God. I can't put it any plainer. I can't put it any simpler, and I can't express it any more strongly. Every one of us needs God on their side. And with the help of you guys, I've got God on my side, undoubtedly, no question. Now, again, I really appreciate it, guys. So let's move on a little bit. Got the good news done. Let me tell you a little bit about what Red Eagle Radio's future looks like. It's still going to be kind of slow go for me because I've got a lot of backlog to catch up. I'm working on that as hard as I can go. It takes time. And, you know, some of you may say, well, it's been 6 months, it's been a year, whatever. Yeah, I get that. But please understand that even before I went to the doctor and found out that I had cancer, I was having problems that prevented me from concentrating. I was having problems that prevented me from being in the shop as much as I needed to be. I was just having problems. And some of you, again, some of you probably know this. Some of you don't. So let me say it. There's no way that anybody can express to another human being the effect that having cancer has on you. I knew that I had cancer on my back once it was diagnosed. Before it was diagnosed, I was having a lot of trouble with that place or that spot on my back. It actually was starting to open, and it was starting to, I don't know, ooze, I guess, or leak fluid out of it. So even before I went to the doctor, I was pretty sure that it was melanoma. I was pretty sure that it was cancer. Knowing what little bit I knew about melanoma, even at that time, I knew that it could spread internally. That really stays on a person's mind. If I go to the doctor and confirm that this is cancer, then I'm going to have to go through all kinds of tests. I'm going to probably find out that it has spread internally. I'm going to probably find out that I've got 6 months to live. I'm going to leave my wife. I'm going to leave my 2 grandbabies. I'm going to leave my kids. Everything I'm going to leave behind. I'm not going to be here anymore to see my grandbabies grow. I'm not going to be here anymore to enjoy the friendship of all of my customers that I've had and have. All the friends that I've made. And when you lay down at night, guys, all that crap runs through your head. Over and over and over and over. And no matter what you do to try to get rid of those thoughts, it's still right there. And then once you go to the doctor and they say, oh yeah, that's cancer, then it really kicks in high gear. And you lay and you wonder, well, I know I've got cancer. I wonder if it's in my lungs. I wonder if it's in my bladder. I wonder if it's in my prostate. I wonder if it's in my bones. You know, how much longer have I got to live? And every time you go to the doctor, you expect to hear the doctor say, well, it's worse than we thought. It looks like you've got about 3 months. Looks like you've got about 6 months. You know, we can do chemo, but we don't think it'll help anything. All that stuff runs through your head continuously. You cannot stop it, no matter what you do. And it will absolutely eat you up. Even when you are trying to do something like radio repair, you know, especially something like this where you have to have focus and you have to have your mind in the game of what you're doing, you can't do it because you can't concentrate because it's always in there. I've got cancer. I'm going to die. And you just can't get rid of that. So, you know, like I said, it's not an excuse, guys. It's fact. I've been having a hard time here. I don't expect anybody to pat me on the back. I don't expect anybody to lift me up on their shoulders and praise or anything like that. I just want you guys to understand what I have been going through until I got to the point that I did yesterday when I got the news that I'm cancer-free. It's been constantly nothing but worry yourself sick about how bad I might be. I may be this bad. You know, I may not have long to live. I may be on my way out. And then that evening, your grandbabies come out to visit with you, and you look at them, and you think you may not see them get any bigger than this. And I mean, it's trying on your mind. It really is. But anyway, that's enough about that. So the future of Red Eagle radios, as far as I'm concerned, the future of Red Eagle radios is bright. I plan to continue. I plan to change things some. In the future, once I get everything I've got caught up, I will not be doing so much work like I have been. In other words, if somebody calls me and says, hey, I've got an old 23 channel Johnson, I need you to go through it for me. No, I'm sorry. I'm going to quit a lot of that. I'm going to focus my attention more towards, and now, especially if I can get my eyesight corrected, I'm going to focus my attention more towards the newer radios and not so much repairs, but like my bear claws, my Red Eagle bear claws. I'm going to try to focus on those. I've had a lot of time to go over radio thoughts too, which, that's one thing I did do to try to keep my mind occupied, was think about radio stuff. And sometimes it worked a little bit, sometimes it didn't. But I've got some ideas to improve the bear claw above and beyond where I have it at this point. So I'm going to concentrate on that. I will also be concentrating on building some radios, some things like the old Cobra 29 side mic radios, Philippines, Taiwan, those kind of radios. If I can find them that are in pretty good cosmetic condition, which I have quite a few that I've been storing back that I'm going to start dragging out once I get everything caught up. Start dragging those out, going through them, recap them, align them, upgrade them to MOSFET finals, add variable power, add echo on some of them, different things, and then put them up for sale. And pretty much any, like the old Cobra 148 side mic, I've got a couple of those stored back. I'm going to go through those, get them ready, put them up for sale here soon. That kind of thing. I will still do some repair work. So just because I'm saying what I'm saying now, do not be afraid to message me or get in touch with me and say, hey, will you take this radio and do such and such for me? I'll either say yes, I will, or, no, I can't right now. So don't be afraid to ask. The other thing that I'm going to be doing, not very many people know about it, is right here. I'm going to be building some small amps. And I don't know if you can see it or not, but if you look right here, it's got Red Eagle signature right there. That's because this amp is not purchased from another builder and relabeled as a Red Eagle. This is a Red Eagle built amp. It will be built. This one has been built to this point. It's not complete, but they will be built on this workbench by these hands. Okay. As you can see, here is one that I've not done anything. I've not started on it yet. But I have right now I have two 3-pill cases that I will probably build 2-pill amps out of. You'll probably see around 350 watts peak out of it. I will add sideband biasing if you want. Set it up pretty much however you want it. I'm learning. I'm not an expert on this. I'll be the first to say so. I'm learning. There is a very nice gentleman who is well known in the amp building world, who is kind of holding my hand and pulling me along and helping me with this. I won't mention his name because I don't have his permission to do that yet. I hadn't asked him if it would be okay to mention him. But anyway, he is very well known in the amp world, and he has graciously agreed to, like I said, kind of hold my hand and lead me along until I can get a grasp of it and continue on my own. But I'm excited about this. What I have built so far worked out very well. Saw great results. Runs very cool. Like I said, produces about 350 watts. Like I said, I can add the sideband switch. I can add variable up on the front if you like. Whatever the typical ways that you would set a 2-pill up. Like I said, sideband or variable, not a problem. But that brings me to my next point. Talking about building radios and building amps. I will eventually be getting away from Facebook, people. Nothing concerning my customers at all. But to be honest with you, I'm sick of all of the trash talking. I'm sick of all the gossip. I'm sick of all the negativity. And I just don't want to deal with it. And you might say, well, just don't get on Facebook. Well, that's pretty much my goal. I'm going to get away from it. I am in the process of building my own website. This website will be where I post these little guys when they're finished, or any radios that I rebuild, so to speak, update, upgrade. They'll go on the website for sale. Pictures, video. To begin with, I'll probably be offering a straight 2-pill with a Bear Claw radio. If it's something you think you might be interested in, shoot me a text message, or not a text message. Well, you can text message me if you want to. Those of you that have my number. You can find me on Facebook. Everybody knows how to find me on Facebook for now. But shoot me a message in Facebook Messenger, and I'll discuss prices with you up until the site goes live. Once the site goes live, then everything will be on the website. The website also, I've got most of it. Well, I won't say I've got most of it. I got a lot of it done. It already has a chat feature on it where you can send me an instant message straight from the website. It has a forum, an old-fashioned forum like we used to use back in the 90s, where you can discuss radios, radio equipment, these guys, whatever you want to discuss, radio related, of course. But I will post the group, or not the group, I'll post a link to the website on Red Eagle Radio Repair, Red Eagle CB Radio Repair, so that everybody can grab a link and store it in their computer, store it in their phone, whatever. And you can check on it from time to time to see how their site's progressing, and kind of keep up with things, because eventually that's where I can be found. I'll post. I'm going to have a new phone number dedicated to the business. New hours of operation as far as answering the phone, answering messages, that kind of thing. All that'll be posted on the website. I'm going to start taking more time for me and more time for my family. As I said earlier, I want to see my grandkids grow. So that means shutting this down at a certain time every day, going out the door and be with my family. And I don't think anybody can hold that against me. I certainly hope not. If you do, I'm sorry for you. But anyway, that's pretty much it for now, guys. Just wanted to kind of give you a heads up on my health situation, and wanted to let you know that the website's coming. Wanted to let you know about these little guys and my radio rebuilds, that kind of thing. Of course, everything that I do will still come with my Red Eagle guarantee, just like everything always has. And hey, I hope all of you make the transition with me over from Facebook to the website when that time comes. In the meantime, I'm still on Facebook. Okay. Oh, and that's something I wanted to say while I'm thinking about it. The only way to delete a group from Facebook is to actually delete every member of the group, and then as the administrator, leave the group yourself, and that will actually shut down the group and delete it. So as time goes by and gets close to being as time goes by and I get close to making the transition from Facebook to the website, I will be deleting Facebook, my group members. It's nothing personal. It's nothing that you've done wrong. I'm not upset at you. It's simply that I have to delete every member and then leave the group myself in order to actually shut the group down. And I'll give you a heads up before I start doing that. I just want you to know that it's not anything personal. It's just what has to be done in order to actually shut the group down. So, with that being said, guys, I want to say thank you again to everybody. And I want everybody to know that I'm working. Like I said, I'm still not going to be back 100% because I still got doctor's visits I have to go to. I still got the eye thing to deal with, and I still have to take treatments. But I'm going to be able to be back in the shop a little bit more than I have been. So we're headed in the right direction, guys. All right. God bless. Love y'all, and talk to you in a few days probably. Any new videos that I put up will be radio related and not health related, unless something comes up. Catch y'all later. Red Eagle, we gone.